Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje has disclosed why the state experienced mysterious deaths in the past weeks. Ganduje, who spoke through one of his media is Salusi Yakasai, explained that preliminary investigations show that the victims died from malaria and cerebrospinal meningitis. Speaking during an interview on a German-based radio, DW Hausa, on Friday, the governor said most of the deceased, according to investigation, showed that they had underlying medical conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, among others. He said the victims died due to inadequate medical attention from the government-owned and private health facilities in the state amidst fear of COVID-19 infection. These are categories of people that need special attention which they are no longer having from the health personnel because of fear of COVID-19. He stated that the non-functionality of private hospitals due to coronavirus outbreak could have added to the high rates of fatalities in the states. So guys, everybody have been, people have been calling on the governor to tell the world or to tell Nigerians what has been happening in the states, and we've been hearing different stories from different people from different quarters. And the emir of Kano too came out and said it was not a COVID-19, but he couldn't place his hand or he couldn't mention the reason why these people were dying. But now the governor has come and deemed it fit to tell Nigerians what has really been happening in the state. But if he says malaria, if he say meningitis, if he say all manner of things, diabetes and other underlying ailments, but people have been having these things before. But the reason why everyone is shocked is because the way at the same time, how can something just be happening at the same time? I think it's really, they need to do thorough investigation. Maybe because people have been calling him out to come and tell them what has been happening in the states. Maybe he just feels like, okay, let him just tell them one thing. Normally if anything happens medically, they will tell you, oh, it could be this, it could be that. And some people are suggesting, could it be as a result of how Emir of Kano, Sanusi, was removed or dethroned? Could it be what is causing the problem? But as we see everything now, nobody knows. But now he has come out to say, okay, these people died of this ailment. And do you think Nigerians would believe that? Do you think Nigerians should just hold on to that? Oh, that was the reason why they died. But, and again, he made mention of hospitals not being on ground. The question you are going to be asking these people, who is the government? Who is supposed to provide all of these things? Can you understand what these people are trying to tell us? The same thing Oshomole was saying something the other day, talking about even the doctors in Nigeria tell them to go abroad for proper checkup, proper whatever. These people, do they really know what they are talking about? Who is the government? Who is the government in the first place? Even if you are going to be, you can't even blame private sector, because when it's private, anybody can decide to open up a hospital if he feels like. And if the person does not feel like, who is going to hold anybody that, okay, because there's no adequate or well-equipped hospital, private hospital. And these people are telling us that because of a private, a government-owned hospital are not well equipped. I don't understand. And because of the fear of COVID-19, all of a sudden, it's really suspicious, honestly. Really, really suspicious. And people really need to look at this whole thing. Of course, since he said that is the problem, but I don't think Nigerians will want to accept that. That is my opinion, though, because there's more to this. We know that meningitis has been in place, has been on ground, malaria, all of that. People have been dying, even in other places, people are dying of malaria. Why is it that at some point or at all of a sudden it just went to Kano? Something really needs to be done thoroughly. That is my opinion. But since he has said that is the cause, maybe people will stop asking him to tell them what actually killed those people. And the recent one, the emir of Rano, one of the new emirs he installed. Someone says, Dan Fulani Mumu, the only thing you know is put money into Agbada and remove emir. So malaria can now kill faster than COVID-19, and that malaria you mentioned don't have drug that can cure it again in Nigeria. I don't know why others in this country decide to like children. Honestly, is something else. It's now I can see sense the truth. Your stand over the mysterious in Kano. What you listed above have been what I have been saying in the last 2 weeks. I live in Kano for 10 years. I know that generally drive during heat time like this, especially between March, May, that people normally die of meningitis. Many sick people will fear to go to hospital due to COVID-19. Don't be surprised that may not have experienced any rain this year. I advise governments of Kano to take very serious, not until the 15 billion naira Governor Ganduje request from federal government comes before he can do his best to rescue innocent lives. That is what somebody is saying here. Someone say your points are quite true, but my question is, if at all it is not linked to COVID-19, this death too in Kano, has it risen up uh, to this alarming number since their existence? That's a good question. Has it risen to that level? And he said because of a according to what a governor said, because people died due to inadequate medical attention from the government-owned or okay, government-owned and private hospital because of the fear of infection. Because the people they believe that they are not you know they are not going to be treated or because of COVID-19. And one thing we learned last week that some doctors they were really running for their dear lives because they don't have things in place. It still boils down on the same thing. Why is it that the doctors or other patients in other states are not are being attended to? They are being attended to. So why reverse is the case in Kano? If really because of the fear of COVID-19, because we learned that some doctors were really running, they didn't want to come because they don't have equipment to work with. So what are we going to be talking about? What is he going to be talking about on that issue because of a COVID-19? If the doctors and if the hospitals are well equipped, definitely the doctors will be there because no doctors will want to run away because that is their job. They've signed to do that. So that means something is wrong somewhere. And I don't know, like somebody said that you don't need to wait for 15 billion that you are expecting from the federal government. What have you guys been doing? The allocation you guys have been getting all this why? Why can't they put things in place? That is what we are talking about. They have never put this in place. They will collect money and be doing something else. That's why a lot of them are having problems. They are waiting for billions of naira for them to start this kind of a thing. Then you ask yourself that have this what have they been doing all this while with all the money they generate, with all the money they collect from the center? What do they do with it? Everything is just in shambles. They don't do anything. You are waiting for government because the place is not well equipped, and that is why the people were not being attended to all of a sudden. And somebody is asking the question: if really you are saying these are the things that killed most of these people, that has this kind of a thing happened just in an alarming rate like this? Has it happened? Has it ever happened like that? It's unfortunate. And someone says, keep fooling your old age. God will continue to deal with you and expose all of you all. And someone says again, and that is why you are demanding for 15 billion naira from federal government. You are playing politics with Kano people's lives. Really? Do the people themselves, do they really understand that? The president should declare state of emergency in the state to remove the nonchalant governor. Someone says malaria is the new virus or disease in Nigeria, can kill 300 people within 4 weeks. Abba. You still hiding the truth, okay? Some people are not still believing this story this man is giving. I don't believe this story, sir. The man is still not normal. He needs brain experts to work on his mental faculty before he kills all the people of Kano. Abba Ganduje, why are you lying? Someone say go and beg Sanusi. Buhari is better than this Mr. Governor. After verbal autopsy, see how many thousand years they are taking us back. This is really, really pathetic. Really, really pathetic. He has forgotten, or they are not telling us why doctors and nurses were running from hospitals, that those are government-owned hospitals he talked about, because there are no proper kids to work for this kind of a thing. So guys, let's hear your opinion, whether you believe what the governor is telling us that really took the lives of these people that died within the space of 2 weeks. The number is so alarming. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.